Hey guys, good morning. It's CPT SMASH here, SMASH Strength Lab Food Prep. Today we're just going to do start up with just a generic workout. As with all of my clients, I always start with a nice little dynamic warm-up, either post or rolling. That way just kind of increase blood circulation, get the body warm, getting the body moving through a full dynamic range of motion tends to prove a little bit better than just stretching the muscles. I switch these up all the time for my clients, so there's a number of different ways you could do these type of things that are also known as like calisthenics. So, but basic sense, moving the body through a full range of motion and just increasing core temperature and getting all those muscles in gear and ready for a harder level of work, okay? So we're just gonna start with a little bend and reach. I got this one out of the military. Basically all you're doing is reaching through the legs, keeping the legs fairly straight, nice full range of motion, going nice and smooth, not really doing anything super fast, just kind of getting the back and the hamstrings warmed up, getting a good reach at the top. And we generally do about 10 to 15 of each one, so just go with the flow, go with what feels good. Okay? We're going to switch into a little windmill action, reaching down, trying to touch the lateral ankle. Now make sure that you're doing all your movements in a very controlled and smooth manner. So ideally, try to get your body working through a full range of its own motion. That's important. So you're not necessarily trying to do a static stretch where you're holding the stretch for a particular time period. You're just increasing the movement. Yeah, nice. So now we're going to do some leg whips. Okay, getting the hamstrings all warmed up. This is a nice gentle kick. Just kicking up in a natural range of motion for me. Kind of increasing the hamstring flexibility a little bit. Preparing for that leg workout that I've got coming up. Also good for the balance. And the balance on one leg. Little kicks. So, and again, go with what feels good. If you lose balance like I just did, step it down, rebalance, recenter yourself. So, next one, we're going to go down onto the ground. We're going to do some groiners. So, I like to increase my range of motion with the groiner by adding in the down dog. So we're going to step up slightly outside with your hand, kind of dig out onto the side, move it back. Notice I'm still only holding each stretch for just a little second, and then keeping the movement going. And gradually over time you'll get better at these movements. So, and there's any number of ones that you can do. So we always try to gear them towards what our clients need. So tight hips, tight glutes, hamstrings, upper back, thoracic spine region, chest cavity, that type of thing. Okay. So staying in the same position, starting from the down dog, we're going to transition into a mobile pigeon, okay? Where we're sweeping the leg underneath, trying to go across the body, and then you just sit back down onto it. Kind of get the hips all stretched out. That little bit of internal rotation. Now if you're like me, you have really tight hips, you kind of need to dig into them a little bit more. So you can do this by dropping closer to the floor, getting in a little bit of upper body rotation in there, just to kind of increase the stretch. And again, we're not holding, we're just flowing through the movement. The little tighter you are, the more of these you probably need to do to feel loosened up. Yeah. Don't rush it, just go in the flow. Alright. Okay, so already I'm getting pretty warm. Feel pretty good, my legs and hips are going. So next one we're going to do an upper body one, incorporate a little bit of lateral core. So we're going to do a push-up and a twist. You do a nice push-up, you're going to tee up, looking at that hand up overhead. Good, kind of stick that in position. some people, they may not be able to do this. They may not be able to do the push-up all the way. You should definitely be able to do the twist, kind of work on the anterior core. What they can do is just rotate. So again, numerous ways to do these things. Just work in basic movement patterns. Okay? I also like to warm up the glutes real good. So we start with a little hip thrust, squeezing the bum up to the ceiling, dropping it back down. Just kind of activate the glutes a little bit. Okay. So, and then for myself, I have really tight hips. So I'm going to do a little can opener action. I'm swiveling the hips from side to side. I don't know if you can see this one real well. It's kind of ugly, but it works really well. Again, you want to target areas that you are weak in order to increase that mobility. So sometimes you may not know. That's why it's helpful to have a coach. You kind of pinpoint areas. Okay, you're tight here, you're tight here. Let's do these mobility stretches before our workout just to kind of get the blood flow going and kind of stretch in a natural range of motion. And then we're good to go. Gradually you'll get better at those movements and you will be a lot more pain-free when doing movements. So that's kind of the idea. We want a lot of mobility, that way we can move efficiently, and then we'll work on the strength aspect when we lift. So on whatever other goals you have, whether it's a cardiovascular goal or sports performance goal, whatever. This works for every population there is. So highly important if you're older and you need that little bit of extra mobility to help get around. Okay? Because those are the two things that we lose as we age, our mobility and our strength. By working those, we end up increasing our overall level of fitness and also helping us as we age. Okay? I'm going to do one more just for my hips. Okay. So we're going to do a little lunge with a reach, kind of get the hip flexors all stretched out. So again, I want to make sure that we're kind of sticking each move, just kind of flowing into the stretch, and then right back out. Okay. Plenty of time for some static stretching later, after we're really warm and our muscles are loose. So here we're just kind of increasing that range of motion through our movement. So some people, when they're just starting out, I give them the mobility stuff, and that's all they do. That's all they can do. They're gassed by the time they're done doing the calisthenic portion of the workout, and it works great. So give me a shout out if you like what we're doing. Come see me if you're in the Ottawa region. We're just opening up the lab for more and more clients. We're going towards more physique-oriented clients or people looking to improve their physique. That's who I like to deal with, but I also do sports performance issues and injuries. So let me know. Captain Smash. SmashTheSfoodClub.com is the website. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram. Post all my good stuff there. All right, chat you later.